The Bizlitfest Best Entrepreneurship Award celebrates powerhouse books packed with grit, vision, and game changing ideas. These authors are the real deal, lighting the fire for the next wave of innovating entrepreneurs. So, I would like to be truly honored to have with us today not just a remarkable speaker, but our well known guest of honor, Mr. Gurcharan Das, intellectual and a former CEO of Procter and Gamble India. He is the author of the international bestseller India Unbound, an epic narrative that dives into India's dramatic transformation and shines a light on the country's journey from poverty to prosperity. A Harvard philosopher graduate and a Harvard Business School attendee, Mr. Gurcharan Das has worn many hats: writer, essayist, playwright, and commentator, gracing the pages of top publications both in India and around the world. Beyond his best selling books, he regularly advises on policy and brings bold, thoughtful analysis to both national and international media. Please join me in giving a warm welcome to the insightful and inspiring Mr. Gurcharan Das.
Going further, the reflections of the jury are always and always a highlight of Bizlitfest. And this evening, we'll hear from many, but not many, only two stalwarts who are equal to many. So please join me in welcoming jury chairman, Mr. Murali Bukkapatnam, the founder and chairman of Wolsey Technologies, a builder startup studio that has given wings to innovative ventures like Provider, GDH Workforce, and etc. At Wolsey, he isn't just leading, he's architecting strategy, managing risks, streamlining finances, and guiding the entire ecosystem towards growth. But what truly sets him apart is his unwavering passion for mentoring entrepreneurs and helping them turn ideas into impactful businesses. He also brings his sharp business. Sir, but your praises are endless. What to do? Anyway, um, he is a true blend of business brain and a soulful seeker. Let's put our hands together for the incredibly inspiring Mr. Murali Bukkapatnam.
So, next in line, in jury's reflection, we have Ms. Chaya D, who truly embodies the spirit of growth, learning, and giving back. Not only is Ms. Chaya D the founder and the principal consultant of the Talent Bridge, a company known for empowering people through outstanding talent solutions and training, she also serving as a distinguished jury reflection for today's event. Whether she is leading train the trainer workshops, building unstoppable teams, or organizing inspiring hair donation drives for cancer patients, Ms. Chaya brings both expertise and heart to everything she does. With a background in hospitality and stinks with leading names like Taj Hotels and Club Mahindra, she's always been committed to raising the bars and fostering the continuous improvement. Let's give a big warm welcome to our inspiring change maker and today's jury reflection, Ms. Chaya D.
Also in our worthy jury is Mr. T.N. Hari, Executive Chairman of Steer World, author, angel investor, and advisor of strategy and growth. Let's give a big round of applause for all of them and let's get it started. Big round of applause, guys. I would love to see the energy.
So, good evening, everyone. We have attendees, we have guests, we have authors, publishers, business leaders, and most of all, avid readers. I'm Reena Pereira. I'm part of the Bizlitfest organizing committee and the host for this award ceremony that we have here. Welcome to the first ever Best Entrepreneurship Book Award ceremony. And while we put our hands together for this, let me call the founder of our festival, the curator of it, Mr. Benedict Parmanand, to please take the stage. So as he comes up the stage, I can let you know that the Best Business Entrepreneurship Book Award ceremony is instituted by Bizlitfest. This is a celebration of words that inspire enterprise, innovation, and leadership. And today, we will honor the brilliant minds who translate business ideas into stories. This past year, we have seen an increase in writing, and we've seen that all over today. Books being released, books having been released, and we saw this all of today. Books about strategy, books about market, books about entrepreneurs, and all of that. So we have seasoned industry writers, and we have fresh new voices, and you all would fall in any of these two categories. So as an acknowledgement, we have a jury here who has gone through many books and come up with a shortlist. Once again, Benedict Parmanand, our festival curator and author, our guest of honor, Gurcharan Das, whom you've heard through the day, our jury chairman, Murali Bukkapatnam, our jury member, Chaya D, and we miss our final jury member, T.N. Hari, who's unable to be here with us today. To set the context, I invite Benedict Parmanand to share a few words.
Thank you, Reena. We have had a very successful Best Business Book Award that we run in Bangalore as part of the Bangalore Business Literature Festival. And it's dedicated in the name of one of the world's finest management guru we have had, C.K. Prahlad. So we are very, very fortunate to have the award in his name. So I thought Hyderabad also should have an award. And the theme of this year is fostering entrepreneurship through business literature. So Hyderabad being the young innovation hub of India, I thought the award should also represent entrepreneurship. So we thought we'll have this award called the Best Entrepreneurship Book Award. Clap, please. Yeah, so we thought there won't be many books. We may struggle to find few books for the award, but we were surprised that we had to go through at least 25 books to come to a short list of 3 books. And yes, so short list, if many of you have not seen it, one, the scientist entrepreneur. So she's an author, Kalpana Shankar from Chennai. It's a book about her experience of entrepreneurship in through social work, social impact. So it's an amazing book. Please pick it up and read. And of course, the Unicorns, stories of rare, profitable unicorns. So we only hear about unicorns in newspapers, and usually PR stories are planted on them. We don't really know the inner stories behind unicorns, both good and bad. So that's what Dhruvnath has done, Delhi-based. He's gone deep into the how unicorns work and put this amazing book together. Then we have Mukesh Bansal, the hero of the young entrepreneurship in the last 10-15 years, Flipkart and all that. So his book is titled The Startup Code, Taking Your Company from Seed to Scale. So 3 amazing books. We couldn't have had a better selection. So I'm happy that we brought this together, and I'm also really, really happy we had an amazing jury to curate this book. So I'd like to hear first from Chaya, and then Murali, how you felt, what about these books, what you learned, and things like that.
Good evening, one and all. It's been a long day for a lot of people, especially the team members and the volunteers. I'm sure you're just dying for this event to get over. I'm just looking at the hall that was there at 10 in the morning, and now it's the really, really interested ones who are still hanging around. So yes, probably another 15-20 minutes. it'll be very fair for me to say that I'm truly honored to be sitting here with such accomplished authors, such accomplished entrepreneurs, startups. I mean, sitting on the same dais as Mr. Gurcharan Das, I am nervous, to be very honest. And I connected with Mr. Bukkapatnam. And before I say much about the books, I would definitely like to thank three people here, and starts with Mr. V. Patabiram for introducing me to Mr. Sudhakar Rao, and Mr. Sudhakar Rao introducing me to Mr. Benedict. It all started with a call saying, Chaya, you have to read books. I said, well, that's what I do. Because my claim to fame in this August gathering is nothing but the fact that I am a versatile reader and I'm a voracious reader. I consume them, literally. So Sudhakar scared me. He says, about 10, 12 books. I said, ouch, how much time do I have? He says, about 3 weeks. I said, no, even for me, that's too big. Benedict took over the call after a little while and he said, just 3 books, the shortlist, Chaya. So I said, phew. He would sigh of relief there. It was daunting to start reading books on entrepreneurship, to be very honest. I like to call myself an accidental entrepreneur. So while they said that I'm the founder of a company called the Talent Bridge, I'm a one-woman army, I was forced into becoming an entrepreneur. And I really wish I could have read these books, or I could have met all of you people 16 years back. Maybe I would have been more successful, but I'm happy with whatever I have achieved, but these books would have made a huge difference. So a little bit about these books. It was difficult to choose, like, which one should I start with? So being a lady, I went with a lady. So I started with Dr. Kalpana's book, The Scientist Entrepreneur, and an amazing job that she has done, starting from a very, very small place in Tamil Nadu, moving on to doing things in Africa, and of all the places in Afghanistan. It was amazing to read her journey, and I think what caught my attention the most about this book is the fact that she had a massive amount of support from her spouse and her entire family. And I think it's a testimony to the fact that many of us women entrepreneurs lack in this field. So if you have that support of spouse and family, you can really, really go a long way. So once that was done, there was a toss between Mr. Dhruvnath and Mukesh Bansal's story. So I went with Mintra's story. So I went with Mintra's story because it's my children who use Mintra a lot. I'd heard so much about that. And then CultFit. CultFit came to my eyes during COVID, when we were all sitting at home and trying to get fitter, and we didn't want to go out. We couldn't go out. That was an absolute eye-opener for me, and I really wish I had that book with me when I was starting out on my journey as an entrepreneur. And then Ernicons. Mr. Dhruvnath's style, he engages with you. It's something that I think a lot of the youngsters sitting here should read, especially because he actually tells you during the book, go take a break, go have a cup of coffee and come back. And I was like, okay, let me close my Kindle now and just go grab the coffee, which I don't usually drink. But that was great. Getting introduced to words like unicorns, Ernicons. Thanks to this book, I actually got to know what fantasy sports was all about. And I had not even heard about that. Whereas when he spoke about Dream 11, and then when he talks about Zerodha, the only thing that came to my mind was the movie Guru I watched on Dhirubhai Ambani's life. But here he dedicates an entire section to Zerodha and the share market. I mean, an area I would definitely not venture down. But all in all, an extremely enlightening journey reading these 3 books. And I can't thank Bizlitfest enough for making me a small part of this journey. 14 years in Bangalore, I didn't hear of you. I'm so sorry about that. I really missed a lot. I'm so glad you brought this to Hyderabad. I'm back in Hyderabad now for the last 4 years. And for the first time, and I think you've started this with a bang. So all the more power to Bizlitfest, Benedict, and your entire team and volunteers here. Give it up for the team and the volunteers here. Thank you once again, Benedict.
Thank you, Sudhakar for inviting me to be part of this. Benedict, thank you and making time to meet me in your last visit. And as Ms. Chaya mentioned, it is absolutely a privilege, sir, to share the stage with you. I mean, one of the books which resonates with difficult being good, right? So it is really one of those books which changes one's perspective on how do you behave. I must acknowledge my good friend Dr. Suresh Babu Garu in the audience. Thank you, Suresh Garu. After a long time I'm seeing you. It's good to see you. Yeah. And Kurumnath do put a good line about me tomorrow in the business line. Yeah. Kurumnath has always been nice to me in general. And Chaya, thank you. So Benedict, you have given me a bit of work. And as you know, I've been traveling crazily for last, how many months. But Dhruv I know quite well because of the fact that he's a Thai member and he works with Angel List. And I had the opportunity of reading his book a little early on. But for what strikes me is the Dr. Kalpana's book, right? Very few books in India gives you the opportunity from a scientific perspective to become an entrepreneurial journey. And it is absolutely relevant for those who are exploring the fringes of social entrepreneurship and which is primarily driven via innovation. So that was the storytelling was very deeply personal for her and very reflective, right? So it is, absolutely authentic and, the ones who go through that personal experience and personal journey, right? And Chaya, as you said, the Ernicons, Dhruv has a very peculiar style of writing. He makes it more of a conversational style. He puts this, what I would want to call it as my style of humor, the slapstick humor, into the book and makes the reader, make this serious business of learning about, startups and, that journey and how do you to be efficient in that. But I think for me, Startup Code by Mukesh Bansal was a lot more deeper and a lot more wider, right? Right from your product market fit to the business plans and the business model canvases. If you are an entrepreneur and fittingly so your event is in T-Hub and given that you want this to be about fostering entrepreneurship and a best business entrepreneur, Mukesh's book gives any reader that perspective of how do you become an entrepreneur? How do you take your company from 0 to 1 in a much more wider, practical manner, and it almost like an encyclopedia or a guide, so to say, metaphorically, for any entrepreneur to do that. So that is what Mukesh Bansal has done. So this is my overall view of all the 3 books. And if there is any particular question you have, I'm more than happy to answer it. Yeah.
I think you've done quite well in covering most grounds. I think Reena, we can move ahead.
Okay, so all of you heard what Chaya and Murali had to say. And now we come to the main part of it where the award will unveil itself and we will announce the winner. But we're definitely going to bring in an element of surprise. So for all of you who heard them say and then crescendo onto, but this is good, but that is better, and but that is so. Let's go and go it by a show of voice. Who
Reena,
do you think will...
One second. After that, we'll do a poll.
That's
Ask them, yeah, sure.
In fact, that's what I'm doing. So if you want to do it in any other way, you could. So we go by a show of voice. So who do you think will win the award? The Ernicons? Hear some noise? Okay, you can scream for one. There's no O and A for one. Okay, so the Ernicons, Stories of Rare, Profitable Unicorns by Dhruv Nath. Okay, so we heard for that. Who says a scientific entrepreneur will win?
You guys have to make noise, not raise hands.
The Startup Code by Mukesh Bansal. So, Benedict, do you want to ask it in any other way?
No, that's fine. That's fine.
That's fine. That closes it. So, at this point of time, calling on Gurcharan Das to say a few words, make the announcement, and do the honors.
Announce the winner and then. Wait, don't. Yes, announce the winner. So. You have to announce the winner.
Oh, okay. From the audience sounds. Is that the purpose? And looks like then the winner has to be Bansal. Where is it? Okay.
Unfortunately, Mukesh couldn't come. He's abroad, and we didn't give him much notice, so he couldn't come. Otherwise, it would have been great. I'd request Mr. Gurcharan Das to say his 2 words. I mean, he wanted to share a story connected with, yeah.
Well, I mean, it's not connected with Mukesh, although I knew him. Really, by now, you know, I'm a storyteller, and this is about entrepreneurship. And I want to tell you the best story I have ever read about entrepreneurship. It's a story of 1200 years ago in India, story called The Mouse Merchant. And it is in the, I don't mind standing if it's okay with you.
Please, actually look better.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, I'm more comfortable. Yeah. Anyway, it's in a text called Katha Sarit Sagara in Sanskrit. It's from the 13th century, and a story of a boy who becomes 17 years old. His mother tells him that now I've educated you and you're ready to go into the world, and you have destiny. You're not going to do what I do, which is to clean houses to make a living. They are poor. And she says that there's a man who lives over there. He's the richest man in town, and he's supposed to be a kind person. So go outside his house tomorrow and ask him, what should you do? So this boy dutifully goes outside the great man's house, and he stands there and sees a dead mouse in the courtyard. So when the great man comes out, he says to him, what can I do for you? And the boy says, can I have the dead mouse? And the old man is surprised, and he says, look, people come to me for money, they come to me for jobs, but you're the only one who's asked for a dead mouse, and you're in fact doing me a favor. And can I do something else for you? And the boy says, no, thank you. I'll just take the dead mouse. And he goes. There's a widow who lives over there nearby. He knows she has a cat. He sells the mouse as cat food and gets a few paisa. He goes to the bazaar, and from the bazaar, he buys chana chor garam, snack. And he comes home, makes little pudiyas of this chana, and he takes a ghada of water, and he goes and sits in the town square. And he knows that in the afternoon, loggers come from the forest, tired, and they put their weight down on the ground. And so when they come, he offers each one a snack and a glass of water. And no one has done this for them before. They're so happy, but they have no money. So they each give him one log. And so he repeats this for the next 3 months by selling one log at a time to buy the snack. After 3 months, the rainy season comes, logging stops in the forest, the price in the timber markets starts to rise, and this boy has a house full of logs which he unloads slowly over this season, and by the end of the season, he has actually made enough money to buy a shop in the timber market. And he sets himself up as a timber merchant with one competitive advantage. His suppliers know him and they love him. And so they bring him the best logs first at the best price. And so he prospers. He prospers so well that 2 months or 2 years later, he realizes that there's actually more money to be made in converting the wood into something else like a ship. And he finds a master carpenter shipbuilder. He makes him his partner, finances him, and he's now in the shipbuilding business. A few years later, he realizes there's actually even more margin in shipping rather than shipbuilding. And so he finds a retired captain and starts a third company, finances the retired captain, and by the ripe old age of 25, he has become the richest man in town. And he goes to a merchant, he goes to a jeweler and asks him to make him a 24-karat gold mouse, which he takes to the richest man in town. And in today's language, he presents him with that gold mouse, and he would say, well, this is your return on the venture capital that I began with. And the old man is so happy that he gives his daughter away in marriage to this boy.
Said it all. So we draw close with such an inspiring story as an end to the awards ceremony. As you see, today we have honored writers who have turned boardroom experiences into page-turning insights. And as we wrap up this ceremony, let's take a moment to acknowledge a few people. On behalf of the organizing team, I extend my heartfelt gratitude to every speaker, jury member, sponsor, volunteer, publisher who made this possible. And as we close, the end of this is the beginning of the next story. This is an annual event. The next winner may be you. Do leave inspired to read and to write. Thank you for joining us at the Bizlitfest Literature Awards. Thank you and have a good evening. Please don't go, we have a finale event in place.
Ma, to please come up on the stage and felicitate the speakers. Thank you, sir. I would like to Miss Reena Pereira to felicitate Mr. Benedict.